I haven't done a video in a really long time. Also, there it is. I was like, which side is the camera? I haven't done this in a really long time. Hi, guys. Long time no see. I think it's been, I know I made a short a couple years ago, but I think I haven't made a video in 6 years. It's been a long time. As you can see, new setup, not sitting on a couch. Still not wearing makeup because it's still 1 a.m, still doing late night vlogs. Crocheting, don't mind me. Bit of an update of what's been going on. Let me just adjust and get a little bit more comfy there. I'm getting pushed on by my bed. Ow. So a little bit of an update. As you can see, I'm not on the couch because I got evicted from my last place. I keep thinking the camera's over there. It's over there. You guys know what I'm saying. Got evicted from my last place. Story time on that real quick. It was 2019. It was October. And before that, I had been having trouble paying my rent because, I was working full time. My brain's not functioning. I was working full time, but I was having trouble paying my rent because the rent went from, I think it was like $750 to $925 in like it was like a $200 jump almost. So I was like, I can't pay my rent. I got desperate. I started panhandling. I was like trying so hard to pay my rent and it just wasn't happening. So I went to, I think it was Salvation Army, and asked for help. I think it was twice. The first time the apartment was like, okay, yeah, no problem. And then the second time I was like, hey, here's the check. And they were like, yeah, no problem. It's paid. You're good to go. And I was like, cool. At the same time, I had applied for housing where it's Section 8, and they were like, and I got approved. And the day I went to go tell them, hey, I got approved, there won't be problems anymore, they were like, here's that check back from Salvation Army, we're evicting you. And they were like, you have a week to get out. And I was like, cool. What am I gonna do? I have a 9-year-old child and now I'm homeless. And I told my job this, and so the people at my job, who the general manager at the time was really nice and would help me out with a lot of stuff. So they were trying to help me out with like maybe trying to find something to do, some kind of program, something. And so I ended up going to a family member. We're not going to say who, for reasons, in case this video gets watched. I went to a family member and I was like, hey, I'm getting evicted. The kiddo and I need somewhere to live. And they were like, oh yeah, you can come live with us. But as long as, the person that I live with says it's okay. And I was like, cool. All right. No problem. My family member came back to me and was like, hey, yeah, they said you could live here, but you have to stay on the couch and you have to pay $450 a month. Being desperate, I was like, you know what? That's ridiculous, but sure, I'll do it. And so I was getting ready to move in. I had started packing up my stuff. I was getting ready to move in, and I was at work one day, and my best friend of like forever, came in, and she was like shopping and stuff. And I was like, oh, hey, she didn't know what was happening because I tend to not tell people what's going on in my life. It's a really bad habit I have. And I was like, hey, I'm getting evicted, but it's okay because, I'm going to stay there, blah, blah, blah. And I told her what was going on. And she looks me dead in the eyes and was like, are you fucking kidding me? What is wrong with you? Why didn't you tell me? She goes, oh, hell no. You're not living with this family member who's making you sleep on a couch and making you pay $450 a month plus whatever else, groceries, I think. And she was like, no, you're coming to live with me. You're not paying rent. You're going to save up your money and get a place. And I was like, I love you. So I moved in with my best friend instead. We had a bed in our own room. We shared a bathroom with her kiddo, which was perfectly fine. And I was like, I'll be here 6 weeks max and this will be fine. That was in October. And then November hits. I still don't have a place. December hits. Still don't have a place. And I just could not find a place because I had an eviction notice. I had the credit because I refused to pay the money that they were like, oh, you owe us this much money. I was like, no. I tried to pay that. Screw you guys. I'm not paying this. I literally tried to pay it. So I was like, I have this stuff on my record and blah, blah, blah. And so my friend was like, hey, down the street in this little neighborhood, there's like these hidden apartment type things. She goes, there's quite a few. She goes, go drive down there, see if there's like an opening, because they're like locally owned. They're not like a big business, because big businesses were not letting me rent because of my eviction. I was like, all right, fine, we'll try. So I find this one, and I actually found it online. And I called them up and I let them know what was going on. I was like, I do have an eviction. I do all this other apartment, a bunch of money. And they were like, okay. And I was like, oh, okay. Cool. And so I had also put, hey, I also have Section 8. So I won't have a problem paying rent now. And so they called me back. They gave me a tour of the apartment. And I was like, this is way smaller. Because my other apartment was like 900 and something square feet. And this was 600 and something square feet. And I was like, oh my God, I'll make do. And so they were like, cool, well, here's the papers, go ahead and sign. And I had an apartment. It was great. I'm still in it 5 years later, 6 years later, five, because I moved in February. So hence the new background. It's nice. I love this apartment. So my old apartment was a typical apartment building. It was 3 stories tall. And you had like that little concrete balcony because I was on the first floor. But it was horrible. I had cockroaches all the time, spiders all the time. And I would tell them and they were like, oh, well, there's nothing we can do about it. And they didn't even spray. I noticed that when I would walk where the living room was, it dipped down. Now, granted, these are newer apartments, by the way. It dipped down because the foundation was giving way. And if you looked, you would see cracks up the wall. So it wasn't even safe for me to live. I don't even know how it's still standing. So I came here. It's inside of a neighborhood. So I'm surrounded by houses, which is really nice because it makes me feel like I live in a home and not an apartment. It's only 1 story. It's those 4plexes that are like 1 row. I have a backyard. I have a front yard, which I technically share with my neighbor, who I adore. I absolutely love this woman. She is such a sweetheart. But I have a front yard. My car, like, here's my door. Here's my car. I don't have to worry about covered parking or parking spots or paying for parking. It's literally like, it's great. It's right there. I have a huge tree over my front. Oh my gosh, I love it. It's a humongous tree because these apartments were built in the 90s. So this tree has been here since the 90s. So it is huge. My apartment or my backyard is decently sized. Drawbacks is it's 600 square feet. It's a little bit bigger than that. Maybe 700, but it's tiny. So I got rid of a lot of stuff. I am still getting rid of stuff like 5 years later. Because right now my place is a mess, which is one of the reasons I'm like, hey, look at my bed, which is why there's like a tiny pile of clothes because I didn't feel like doing it today. But yeah, so new place and I love it here. This is such a nice place. It's very cozy. It's great when it rains because we're surrounded by houses with big trees. I don't feel like I live where I live. I feel like I live in a nice cottagey place because my new thing is cottagecore. I'm trying to grab the yarn. My leg's falling asleep because of how I have to sit. But yeah, so I got into cottagecore. For those who don't know what cottagecore is, it is pretty much think Pride and Prejudice. Hand making stuff, cozy, homemade, just really nice. Don't think like country, think more like English countryside. There we go. Which is why I'm crocheting right now because I am making a belt. Or like the little waist corset things. But anyways, yeah, so that's where I'm at now. I am old. I'm old. I don't know if you guys can see my white hair. I have gotten much older since my last video. I am now 41 years old. Panic has set in. My health is worse. I am unemployed. It feels horrible to say, but hear me out on this. I am unemployed because I got fired because of my disabilities. Because a job can fire you for disabilities if it makes it so you can't do your job. And I can no longer do my job. So I lost my job. I was on unemployment. I just finished it. Still haven't gotten a job. I've applied so many places, but because I can't work the right way, I can't get a job. Plus, I've had this thing going on with my chest where, hold on, we're going to try and adjust ourselves so we're not like, there we go. What was I saying? Still brain dead. I can't get a job because, I have very limited work availability stuff because of my disabilities. I have this new thing going on with my chest. Doctors don't know what the heck is going on. I've had repeated like weird ECGs or EKGs, whatever they're called. I've had poor R wave progression and borderline poor R wave progression, and I've had borderline abnormal. The doctors keep saying that it's because I'm so stressed out about what's going on with my health that it's making that happen. Plus, the places I'm going to are they don't put them on the right way. But because of this and all this weird stuff happening, and the doctor's going, well, we don't know what's wrong. My health, not my health. I now have health anxiety. So I don't sleep at night, even worse than before, because I'm always thinking I'm not going to wake up in the morning, which is one of the most horrible feelings ever. But I was talking to some friends from a secret job. I can't talk about it on here. That job and this are two separate things that we cannot talk about. We don't talk about Bruno. But my other place, someone told me they had the same issues. It was called costochondritis. Said everything that I have going on. So I looked it up because I thought this was only I've had this since October of last year, by the way. Moved here 2020. So, yeah. Anyways, because I know I didn't clarify the timeline for that, but I've had this since October. And so I Googled it and it was all, it should last up to a few weeks. And I was like, okay, so what's wrong with me? Kept reading. Or up to 1 year. Cool. I guess I'm that 1 year person. In very rare cases. But then again, we've learned a lot about rare things, which we'll get into later. But yeah, so that's where I'm at. I am doing a lot better. My chest is a lot better. I do have days where it's like really messed up and I panic. Like tonight. Tonight is a panic night, which is why I'm like, yeah, I'm going to start doing YouTube again. But if you're still here, thank you. Drop a heart in the comments, please, so I know you're still here. But some things I want to do for the channel, because I do want to start YouTubing again. I want to YouTube to, one, hold myself accountable for things, and two, show you guys some cool stuff. So things are going to be like, it's still going to be a variety vloggy channel thing. So some of it is going to be like clean with me, which I need to do. I need to be held accountable. Like you guys know like those things where like, hey, like on TikTok, hey, watch my baby for me. Yeah, I need you guys to, hey, watch me and hold me accountable for shit. Show you guys projects I'm working on. Maybe tell you guys how to do the projects I'm working on, because this is my own creation. This is my own thing. I came up with this. So, you know, I wouldn't mind doing that. It would hold me accountable for finishing projects and stuff. Sewing, crocheting, painting. I've picked up a lot of hobbies. A lot of hobbies. Oh my God, I picked up so many hobbies. But yeah, you know, it's just checking in with you guys, letting you guys know that I'm coming back and I have a plan and I will try to follow a schedule because, I do editing now, and not just on my phone. I have an actual editing program on my computer that I have. So it's gonna be interesting. This is gonna be fun. I'm gonna try to upload. I'll probably start with once a week, if I can do it, because of the other thing I do. That I do that other thing every single day. I don't make money off of it. That's a lie. I do. I just don't make that much money. I'm lucky if I make money off of it. But yeah, so just, things like that. But yeah, I want to start doing this more often. The other thing I do every day, for 4 hours a day. So we'll see. But yeah, I definitely want to do more stuff with you guys, like crocheting and stuff. I want to be a more fun channel, not just a, hey, come hang out with me, because I don't like those videos. I want to make videos that I would want to watch, and not what I think people want to watch, though. We'll see. And I very much like watching crafting videos and, day in my life and check this out. So yeah, but this video is long enough. It's way longer than I wanted it to be. I think I could put this long of a video up. Yikes. Anyways, I will see you guys next time. Probably tomorrow. I'll try to make a video again tomorrow. Make it a little bit more interesting than this one. I don't know when I'll put it out, though. But yeah, I hope you guys have a good one. And I'll see you next time. Oh, God, I almost messed that up. Okay, bye.